is James Purvis, and this is my soft skills speech. A problem is a chance for you to do your best. That's a quote by Duke Ellington. He was an American composer, pianist, and leader of a jazz orchestra. This quote really resonated with me because it's something I remind myself daily when issues arise. It's so easy to see a problem and be negative, but staying positive is very important. Today, I would like to bring to light 3 of my greatest soft skills. I feel these bring value to me as an employee and would showcase why I'd be a great fit for your company. I feel as though I am a great problem solver with a logical mind and I adapt easily to change. To begin, the first strength that I would like to showcase is my great problem solving ability. One point that really showcases my problem solving ability was when I was working at a nationally known hotel brand. I worked in the breakfast area and made the breakfast, so it wasn't uncommon for me to really get to know the people eating the breakfast and to make sure that they were happy. I remember seeing a guest outside and he looked so sad. I didn't understand why, so I started to engage with him. And come to find out, he was lactose intolerant. Honestly, that was something that I had never thought about in a million years. It's not something that I really deal with, but the food that we had at the breakfast buffet was not necessarily friendly to people who cannot eat dairy. I talked with him a little bit more and figured out what he enjoyed to eat. And from then on, I made sure to have food from our supplier that was dairy free, and also I wanted to have alternates to ingredients moving forward. To showcase my problem solving ability in another instance, I was training a new person at our hotel and she was struggling quite a bit. It was a sold out night and we had a lot of arrivals, so it was very busy. About halfway through the night, I looked to see how many rooms we had left, and inadvertently this girl had actually oversold our hotel by 8 rooms. We were missing 8 rooms with 2 queen beds. Nerve-wrackingly enough, I still had guests coming in and nowhere to put them. So I jumped into action, calling as many people as I could, asking if they would be okay with a room with 1 bed for the night. It shuffled a lot of people around, but I made it all work, and it was all saved just as the final person arrived. The second soft skill that I would really like to discuss today is my knack for thinking logically. As a computing technology major, my mind values reasoning and logic. When building a computer, every part has to be put in order. You can't skip anything. And my mind sort of operates the same way. I always ensure my actions make sense and they're in order before I do them. And then finally, the last strength that I'd like to discuss today is my adaptability to change. In the last 6 years, I've lived in about 5 different states, and I think that's really changed how I view the world. I remember being so terrified the first time that I moved. It was so scary, I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't know if everything would work out. But the more that I moved around, I realized that change really isn't that scary. And then finally, the biggest change that really tested my adaptability was going back to school at age 26. It had been 8 years since I'd stepped in the classroom, and I was terrified of being a non-traditional student. Changing my entire life, working full-time, balancing adult life and school, and learning how to study was not easy. But I'm finally in my last semester of school, and I'm graduating with my bachelor's degree in computing technology and software development. To recap, I hope I've given you a better insight into my skills. I am a great problem solver, I think logically, and I really adapt to change. To summarize, a problem is a chance to do your best, and that is how I view the world. I feel this statement is very powerful, and more people should live by it. A problem is not a nuisance, a problem is not scary. A problem is just an opportunity for you to shine.